Mark Berman is reporting that the Houston Astros are going to name Dana Brown as the new general manager of the Houston Astros. We've talked about the potential of hiring Dana Brown. We've talked about the prowess of what Dana Brown means. We've talked about certain names that have been talked about for the Houston Astros GM position. One of the dudes who was working with the Major League Baseball front office, the old Miami guy, he dropped out of the race. Probably knew he wasn't going to get the job. Mm-hmm. There was the old San Francisco general manager that was tight with Dusty that actually interviewed back whenever they hired James Click. He did not get the job. Brad Ausmus all of a sudden was like this last second potential. There was rumors about David Stearns that the Astros were going to contact him or the Brewers to receive permission. Jim Crane put that to rest yesterday, by the way, said that they didn't reach out to the Brewers asking for permission for David Stearns. So he put that to rest yesterday. But Mark Berman about 5 minutes ago saying that Dana Brown will be named the Astros general manager. We've talked about this last week about of all the names, we like Dana Brown the most. And the reason that we like Dana Brown the most is because he has a reputation of being a very good drafter. The Houston Astros are currently in this win window, I think a World Series window, for at least 3 years and all the way up to 6 years with the current roster that they have. For the Astros to continue that excellence in order to sustain this high level going forward past those 6 years for the next decade, for the next 2 decades, which I think is possible in Major League Baseball because the Astros will spend and they're also going to spend in their minor league system, which you need to spend in your minor league system if you want to have sustained success. Dana Brown's known for his drafting prowess with Atlanta. A lot of their young players that they've already locked up to long-term deals. Spencer Strider's the pitcher. I think it's Harris, the outfielder. Michael Harris. Vaughn Grissom, I think, was part of a Dana Brown. I don't know if Dana Brown was the one who made the pick, but it was overseeing this whole process. I love this hire by Jim Crane and the Houston Astros. They have Bagwell, they have Enos Cabell, they have Reggie Jackson, they have Dusty Baker, they have all these dudes who are collecting AARP. They needed a dude like this who can be the drafter, crunch the numbers, and I love this hire by the Astros.
We said you need a good mix, right? You can't have it one-sided and all weighted one way or the other, and we know which way Dusty and Bagwell and Enos Cabell type guys and Reggie Jackson go, but, aside from Furcus, did you really have any more analytics guys? The name Brad Ausmus made me cringe because that made me so scared that it was going to be the Bagwell and Buddy show and that it was going to be so, although Ausmus has had experience with some analytics, it just was not the direction this franchise needed to go because it's not broken. So don't try and fix it. If it's not broken, keep it going the way it's been going with similar type players. Now, you can get other minds in the room that are going to give you other opinions so you can get a more well-rounded a discussion. But at the end of the day, this is the kind of hire because of exactly what you said, because of his talent evaluation, because of the way that he can keep fortifying the minor leagues and eventually the major league roster with really, really good, talented players that are going to be around for the long haul. That makes you more encouraged that this is the kind of guy you needed because the guys that we were talking about, that's not their specialty. Right. That's not what they know and what they do. So now you get a guy that kind of brings up another aspect of general managing that maybe these guys didn't have as much experience in. So I like the hire a lot. I believe in the fact that they got a guy that can do exactly what they need them to keep doing while also being able to, have those discussions with the old school guys. But aside from the other candidates we heard from, this was the only guy you and I focused on for those simple reasons for me, and I'm glad they got him.
I think this also kind of dispels the notion that the Astros were a circus, that they were a flop show. This offseason.
Oh, it's better than saying what I would have said.
I know. Because we heard this from the Keith Laws. We heard this from buddies of James Click who worked in the national media. Oh, the Astros have no idea what they're doing. James Click, or Jim Crane rather, is going to start working like Jerry Jones. All the Astros did this offseason was do everything I wanted them to do. I wanted them to sign a first baseman, Jose Abreu. I wanted them to bring in a left field DH, Michael Brantley. If you lost Verlander, I wanted one arm. I didn't care if he was a starter. I didn't care if he was a reliever. Rafael Montero. Did he spend a little bit too much for Rafael Montero?
Yes.
I think that's fair to say, but it's not going to cause them to lose anything else. Jim Crane's minus $3 million for his bottom line at the end of the year. So what? It didn't restrict you from doing anything else. And I wanted a general manager who I had faith in for the Houston Astros. Right. This offseason's been a home run, and they didn't even have a GM.
Plus, when you talk to Ryan Presley, the other thing that it does is from the standpoint of the mentality of the bullpen. They said, we had such a good bullpen, and everybody was, knowing their roles, doing their job, that we felt like if we kept it intact, we could do it again. And so part of the win was, you overpaid for Montero, but you gave the rest of the bullpen exactly what they wanted. Leave it intact. Let us keep doing what we've been doing. And again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And therefore, give us another shot at it. And so I think the psyche of all the pitchers coming in, they know their role, they know what they're supposed to do, and they know they've done it for a year already, and they like the group around them, and that's a good win for the Astros in the offseason.
The demise of the Houston Astros front office was greatly exaggerated. They didn't miss a beat all offseason, and they hire a good general manager about 3 weeks away from pitchers and catchers reporting. Mark Berman, who's the best in the city, got some comments from Jim Crane already. We're excited to have Dana join our organization. He brings championship caliber experience to our team and is the right fit for us to continue to deliver a winning franchise on and off the field. We welcome Dana and his family to the Astros family. And again, I think this is a really good hire. We're asking you, is there any sort of criticism that you have, any thoughts that you might be taken negatively for whatever reason? P. Dizzle, he's usually a very positive guy. A little bit of negativity on a Thursday. I hope your Thursday gets a little bit better. Cupid's dirty diaper. I feel like there was almost a bit. That's his Twitter handle.
P. Randizzle.
I feel there was a but it's right now. It's named Cupid's dirty diaper.
Yeah, I don't. Okay.
Anyways, he said, I feel like there was almost a bit of arrogance with the Astros regarding hiring a GM like a Belichick without Tom Brady. They missed the boat on some good free agents. They did need a general manager. I disagree completely.
I do too.
What did the Astros miss out on? Tell me, please. Tweet us again, PR Dizzle. What did the Astros miss out on? Because the entire offseason, the Astros didn't miss out on anybody. They signed, I think, the best first baseman free agent. Some people might push back and say Teixeira, but Teixeira came with a qualifying offer, whereas Abreu did not. You bring back or Anthony Rizzo. Always confuse Rizzo and Teixeira for whatever reason. Probably because they're left-handed hitting first baseman. But yeah, Rizzo. Rizzo came with a qualifying offer. It came with compensation. You would lose a draft pick. Jose Abreu did not. And it's also a little bit cheaper, and it's for less years. So I like Abreu more than I like Rizzo. I wanted a left field DH. You got Michael Brantley back, like with a year that he's not going to have to hit into a shift. Like I don't see where the Astros.
Plus, the market wasn't all that heavy with all these other prospects where you could have upgraded to a level where it would have made sense to spend more money. You got a guy that knows the clubhouse, that loves being here, that they love having around. That as long as the shoulder heals properly and you give him all the time he needs, which you have the ability to do more than other teams. If he consistently hits 300 again and does what he's done since he's put an Astros uniform on, he's pretty much better than anybody that was your other alternatives in the outfield without overspending.
Did the Astros miss on something here? I've been of the idea, why not sign a utility guy? Like we've thought that Yuli Gurriel could potentially be a bench piece on this team. You don't need it because you have David Hensley, who's currently your 13th position player on this team. You carry 13. If you were to sign Yuli, if you were to sign a utility guy, that means David Hensley starts the year in Sugarland, which I'm a proponent for. I like that idea because inevitably you're going to have an injury, and then there's your chance to shine David Hensley. So I'm okay with that, but that's minor. I'm not dying on that hill. And then where else? Like maybe a left-handed arm for the bullpen.
And they're still talking to left-handed arms.
But if you don't, okay, don't give me a lefty. The Astros didn't have a lefty. I'm not counting Will Smith when they won the World Series. They have left-handed, right-handed specialists with Abreu. Maton was good 2 years against lefties. All of their righties are good against lefties. And then right now, your 13th pitcher, if you don't bring in another guy, is either Seth Martinez or Blake Taylor. And some people cringe when I say Blake Taylor, but people love Seth Martinez. So, like, you're not hurting.
Because he did his job last year.
Right, you're not hurting.
That's where an analytics guy in the room helps, too, because he can explain to not only Dusty, but...
Dusty doesn't need any explaining. He knows everything about baseball.
That's your guy now. But, everybody else in the room, including Bagwell and Reggie, hey, look, the splits tell you with the analytics that we have righties in our bullpen that get out lefties better than lefties are getting out lefties that they face. So you've got all the different alternatives that make sense for you right now to where I don't think that they swung and missed on anything. Did they have chances to upgrade even further? That's a discussion you can have, but I don't think they swung and missed anywhere, even on the Verlander decision. Some people said, it's a ridiculously tough decision and you can't give up a Cy Young Award winner. Guess what? He did everything he could do here, and they did everything for him while he was here, and it was the time to part ways. We don't know what Verlander's going to be going forward, but we knew at that price tag with his age and his medical history, more things could go wrong than right, especially, again, because of the price and because you had such depth at starting pitching. So if you want to point your finger at that, okay, I get it. That's one thing. You don't let a Cy Young Award winner go, but it's not everyday circumstances around a Cy Young Award winner either. I don't think that they've missed or lost this offseason in any way, shape, or form without having a general manager.
Yeah, I don't agree. Usually I agree a lot. I see eye to eye most of the time with Cupid's dirty diaper, but I don't today. I don't think the Astros missed on any of this.